Paul McCartney and John Lennon, despite writing numerous iconic songs for the Beatles, weren't always satisfied with their own work. After leaving the band, John openly criticized several of Paul's songs, including Let It Be, Hello, Goodbye, the closing medley of Abbey Road and Ob-La-Di, Ob-La-Da. Paul, too, could be critical of his music. If he didn't believe a song was up to standard, he was willing to give it away. For instance, he gave A World Without Love to Peter and Gordon, thinking it wasn't suitable for the Beatles. However, the song went on to be a chart-topping hit for the duo. Ringo Starr was also vocal about his dislike for certain tracks. In a 2008 interview with Rolling Stone, he revealed that Maxwell's Silverhammer was the worst session he ever endured, describing it as a tedious process that dragged on for weeks, calling it mad. One song that none of the band seemed to have any affection for was If You've Got Trouble. Written by John and Paul, it was originally intended to be Ringo's vocal feature on Help, the soundtrack to their 1965 film. The band began recording the song on February 18, 1965, which was the fourth day of their Help sessions, alongside tracks like Tell Me What You See and You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. Ringo recorded the vocals, the backing track was completed, and additional guitar was added by George Harrison. A mono mix of the song was prepared, making it almost ready for release. However, it was ultimately left off the album, replaced by Ringo's cover of Buck Owens' Act Naturally. The song was later leaked before officially being released as part of the Anthology 2 compilation in 1996, in stereo. It was clear that none of the Beatles had much affection for the song. In the Beatles anthology, George openly criticized it, calling it the most weird song and stating he had no recollection of recording it. He also dismissed the lyrics as stupid and referred to the song as naff, implying that it deserved its exclusion from the album. Critics weren't kind either. Ian MacDonald called it the only unmitigated disaster in the Lennon-McCartney catalog, and Mark Lewison referred to it as not one of the better Lennon-McCartney numbers, nor was it brilliantly performed. However, not all opinions were negative. Richie Unterberger took a more lenient view, describing the song as hummable, likable, and performed with good-natured spirit, despite its lack of seriousness. The song was later covered by the Bristols on their 1999 album Introducing the Bristols, and its riff was featured in the Posies track Allison Hubbard.